morning, all you amazing people out there in social media world. For those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Rachel. I am the owner of Tranquility Exchange. I'm also a mama of 3. I'm in recovery. And I really like attitude of gratitude. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I mean, I talk about attitude of gratitude every day, but for some reason I wanted to point it out today. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on right now in my coffee cup. And if any of you watch these videos, you know that me and the coffee maker, go at it a lot. I really need to buy a new coffee maker. I'm not even sure why I did that. Okay, so I'm going to drink this coffee anyway. But, because it's not that big of a deal. But I'm going to show you what I'm dealing with today. Do you see all the coffee grounds? Why is that a thing this morning? It's kind of fun spinning. All right. So let me go back in here, get comfy. Good morning, Maggie. And it looks like Marcy's on here. I love it when it shows me who's on, so I don't have to actually guess. Because sometimes it'll just say there's 3 people watching, but it won't tell me who they are. Oh my goodness. That wasn't graceful at all. Okay. Got it. All right. So today I'm going to talk my little pep talk. I'm going to talk about chemicals. So if anybody knows or have watched these videos at all or know me personally in real life, you will know that I am in recovery. I'm in recovery for an eating disorder. I'm in recovery for drugs and alcohol. So I wanted to talk about chemicals because if anybody knows me, they know that I've got a long history with chemicals and, especially those feel-good chemicals. I love it. It's a thing. It was my jam. I ran with that stuff for way too many years. But I really wanted to point out that, for anyone that is in recovery and struggling and just wishing they could get a quick fix, just wishing they could do something that would make them feel different than the way they are feeling right now, this video is for you. There are some holistic alternatives that you can do to get that chemical release. Yes, you have to work for it, but it is absolutely achievable. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. So the reason I thought of this was because when I did yoga last night, which I'm going to pause right here and say for a quick moment, if anybody's looking to do some type of exercise, yes, I know it means you have to get out of your bed or off your couch and in your on your yoga mat. I did them last night in my pajamas because I just got sick of myself sitting there. So if you have to do yoga in your pajamas, if you have to do a workout in your pajamas, just do the stinking workout, man. Your future self will thank you, I promise. As soon as I got done, I was like, yeah, good girl. Glad you finally got off your butt and did something. Just because I've been telling myself for a while that I was going to. But what I was going to say is that if you're looking for a routine, and I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner, YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon. So I use all 4 of those, right? All 4 of them, I was able to find some type of routine, some type of yoga workout. So many options that it almost overwhelmed me. So I just looked up yoga. I'm sure there's things for core training, strength training. If you wanted to lift, I'm sure there's so many different videos out there. So if anybody is getting frustrated that they can't go to the gym, y'all, stream it. It works. It totally works. I will say that my 15-year-old was in my bedroom and she was talking to me the whole time. So it's kind of like when you're running on the treadmill and this is the equivalent, being at home with your kids and trying to work out. So pretend you're at the gym, right? And you're working out. And then you got this guy on the treadmill next to you who's like, uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's what it was like. That was basically what it was like. I'm like, I'm just going to entertain my child because she wants to talk to me right now, but I really want to focus on this workout. It was a thing. It was a complete thing. Hey, Ed. Hey, Laura. Marcy just forced my PJ head self to do 10-minute yoga. Yep. Yeah, and that's the other thing, is that the thing I noticed was that there's anywhere from 10-minute yoga to an hour-long yoga. I did 30 minutes last night and then did some crunches. So, make sure you go and look for that stuff. You have to pursue it. I'm going to come back to this whole working out and yoga and all that kind of stuff. I swear I'm going to bring it back home for y'all. But one thing and I've never watched this particular yoga teacher before, so it was kind of new to me, but she had said something that, if you're really struggling right now with this pose, make sure you turn up your toes, check your balance, and also turn up the corners of your mouth. Whenever you smile, you release endorphins, and that makes you feel a whole lot better. And when you're in a stressful time and you put yourself in the stressful position, it actually helps if you're smiling, because it makes the whole transition, the whole thing feel a lot better. And I thought, man, that's brilliant. I say at the end of every single one of these live streams that, go do something that makes you smile and do something that makes somebody else smile. I say that every single day, just about. So I thought, man, that's perfect. I'm going to share that with you guys. So good morning, Laura. So one thing that I was researching this morning while I was chit-chatting with some of my friends was, hey, Kaylee, what does endorphins actually do for you? So before I tell you what it does, I want you guys to know that I have fibromyalgia and a lot of painful days. So I thought this was freaking awesome, right? So endorphins, it works as a painkiller, and it's released after you exercise. So, at the end of my workout, my yoga workout, I did notice I felt a lot better. I even mentioned that I thanked myself, like, man, good job, Rachel. Good job for getting on the mat whenever you didn't want to. The reason I thanked myself is because all of a sudden I felt a whole lot better. Why did I feel better? Because I did exercise. And what happens when you do exercise? You release endorphins, and it's a painkiller. So the pain I was feeling got alleviated in that process. So something else that I want to point out is dopamine. Dopamine is another fun chemical that we release. And guess what? It's not a drug. It's a natural chemical in our body, y'all. So dopamine, it's a reward chemical released during pleasurable situations. So not only was I getting my endorphin fix from doing yoga last night, but I was also getting some dopamine. The reason I was getting dopamine is because I was proud of the fact I was doing yoga. I felt good. I was also spending time with my daughter, even though I couldn't keep up with half of what she was saying to me, but I was still able to have that time. That's an enjoyable experience. I'm going to reward chemical. It's going to start pumping out. So, hey, Cassandra. And so then the other one that I wanted to talk about, the other happy chemical that we have inside of us is serotonin. Serotonin is a mood stabilizer. This one is very important to me because I do have a tendency to fluctuate my moods, especially around my time of the month. I get really, really crabby, really, really irritable. I even get on my own nerves during PMS. Like, it's not a thing. So serotonin is the mood stabilizer. It's what keeps us even keel. And that gets released during things. It's more sensitive to diet. Like if you have a healthier diet, you're going to be able to pump out more serotonin. But it's also released all of these that I just mentioned, these feel-good chemicals that we have within our body, that natural high. So how do they get released? Because, I'm all about that. The more feel-good chemicals I can get without doing drugs, I'm there. Hey, Kelly. So there's 7 ways that you can release them. This is just off of a quick search that I did on Google. So exercise by moving your body. It increases your heart rate. Cardiovascular exercise can stimulate and produce the production of endorphins in the bloodstream. You can eat chocolate, chili peppers, drink wine, have sex, get a massage, meditate, or laugh and smile. So first, right off the bat, I'm going to say that I do not drink. So drinking wine, alcohol, is not an option for me today. Can't handle it. I got limitations today. I drink, it starts to control me, and then it's just not a pretty picture, so I just don't drink. But for those of you that do, have a glass of wine at night. If you're able to manage that, have a glass of wine. It releases those endorphins. It releases that feel-good chemical. Just don't take it to an extreme. Eating chocolate. This is something else that I have to be kind of mindful of because, again, like I have an eating disorder. Either I starve myself to the point it's ridiculous and I'm about to pass out, or I indulge in all the wrong things. So like one piece of chocolate, that's not a thing in my life. Like one piece turns into like 10. That's just how I am. So I have to be very mindful of that. But I tell you what, there's other things that I do. I do exercise, like I did yoga last night. I did like 30 crunches last night. I am a massage therapist. So of course, anybody that's had a massage from me, you know that you feel 1,000 times better. Not that I'm trying to like plug myself here, but this is something I'm really passionate about. So if you have family members that are just feeling a little rough, go give them a rub on the back. Just gently take your palm and just rub it in and just rub their back. And while you're doing it, just think of all the love that you can pour into them through your hands. You know, it can be your significant other, it could be your kids, it could be your dog. But getting a massage really helps release those chemicals, those feel-good chemicals that we're all needing right now. Meditate. So meditation, I'm a really big advocate for meditating. It only takes like 10 minutes a day. There's a bunch of guided meditations on YouTube. And you don't have to have a guided meditation. You can just sit still for 5-10 minutes and start to really relax and notice the shift that your body is doing. So just by sitting still, letting our brain relax, letting it decompress, letting it be as fluid as it wants to, just for that short amount of time, that releases that serotonin, those endorphins. It's really good for us. And then laugh. Now, I've said this before, you know, laughing, let yourself have fun. Things are stressful right now. They're going to be stressful for a long time out. I have a little bit of a theory that we're probably going to be on social distancing for about a year. The reason I feel this way or think this way is because we can't really hang out with each other until people stop getting sick. People are not going to stop getting sick until we have a vaccination. It's going to take about a year before we get that vaccination. So this may be a long deal. It might be a long deal that we have to go through this social distancing. So do the things, make yourself smile, have fun, embrace all these wonderful things that can give you that feel-good chemical, that release, get those endorphins going, all that good stuff. All right. Maggie, chocolates, wine, and sex sound like a plan, right? I agree. That's like a whole date night right there. That's what that is. That's just a whole date night. Yeah. I was going to say something really inappropriate, but I stopped. Okay. My face is turning red because I just busted myself out. Okay. Maggie also said, P.S. A Reiki massage from you is the first thing I'm doing after that makes me so happy. I miss you guys so much. I really, really do. I miss working. You know, the thing about it is like whenever I give a Reiki massage, I get into such a flow of it that it's almost like a form of meditation for me, like a moving meditation. So you all need to know that whenever I get to work on you, I get the release of those chemicals as well, which is probably why I love what I do for a living. All right. So having said all that, I'm going to go into my attitude of gratitude. So I think I meant to get out a piece of paper and I didn't. I guess this week is just the week of winging it. I'm not going to go by anything. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do 3 things that I am grateful for. I always like to do those first just to keep me good and grounded. Today I am grateful for the sun shining. I get to plant some plants coming up. We've got some strawberries planted in our window right now. I'm getting ready to plant some herbs, some sage and lavender and some other fun stuff. So I'm able to do that because the sun is shining and it's getting warmer, and I'm very, very grateful for that. Something else I'm grateful for, I am grateful for I'm still really appreciative of the fact that I got off my butt and did a workout last night. I did not want to. And again, it's like I'm having to force myself to do these attitude of gratitudes. I'm having to force myself to go on a walk. I'm having to force myself to do these exercises and write my gratitude journal. But even though I'm having to force myself to do it, it's working. It's working so well. If anybody didn't see the very first video I did about 2.5 weeks ago, I was in a really nasty depression, and this is what I've been doing, and it's working. So there's documented proof of it. Something else that I'm grateful for. I am grateful, so grateful for feel-good chemicals in our body. Now, I know this like cheesy ass grin. Like, you need to understand, like, I'm an addict. I've done so many drugs, so many feel-good drugs, illegal drugs, and like ridiculous amounts. Like, I don't even know how I'm alive. It's like, seriously, I don't understand how I freaking made it. So for me to like this morning wake up and do some little research on some feel-good chemicals, hell yeah, I'm totally appreciative of those feel-good chemicals. Those natural, holistic ways to make yourself feel a lot better. Gotta love it. I'm going to set my intention for the day. My intention for the day is to reach out to a lot of people. I woke up with a lot of messages this morning, so I'm going to work on reaching out to people. If anybody wants to chit chat with me, you are more than welcome to send me a message. I'm also on Google Duo. That's a lot of fun. That way we can FaceTime and whatnot. It doesn't freeze up as much. So if anybody wants to call me, do a video chat, text me, you are more than welcome to. So I think that's going to be my intention today, just reaching out to people. Hey, Kara, just reaching out to people and sending people some love and just let them know, like, I'm here, I'm listening. And something else, 3 things that I want to work on today. I feel like I just did this attitude of gratitude yesterday, same one. 3 things that I want to work on today, like goals or ambitions or things I want to improve on. So I want to, I'm going to work on those masks. I've got started cutting them out. I need to work on finishing cutting them out so I can actually start sewing them together. So that's been a progress. Something else I want to work on, keeping my calm today. Yesterday was not such a great day homeschooling my littlest one. In fact, for about 30 minutes, he didn't even love me. That's how life goes. Yeah. So today I'm going to work on keeping my calm, because at one point I was like, dude, I love you, but you need to get away from my face right now. Like, you need to go in your room. Like, I got really hard with him. I was like, I can't do it. You need to go on. And then about 30 minutes later, he came back and had a right attitude and we could get our homework done. But I'm going to work on keeping my calm today. And something else that I'm going to work on is I'm going to make the day fun. Whatever I'm doing today, I'm going to try to have as much fun as possible and really work on releasing those feel-good chemicals. So, all right, I think that's all I got for you wonderful, amazing, beautiful people. I hope that you have a wonderful day. Do something today that makes you smile, and do something else that makes someone else smile in that process. Love you all. Have a great day. Namaste.